What up? What up? It's your boy Jay Hustle. Appreciate everybody tuning in to another episode of Touchable City Prepper. Thank you for everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing to my videos. It does not go unnoticed. I appreciate everybody taking 15 minutes out of your day to just come chill with me, come talk with me, listen to my thoughts. Whether you agree with me or not, I do appreciate you and I do love you with the strength of Christ. I always try to speak in righteousness and in truth, whether it's received or not. I always try to give you what the Lord given me in my mind to give to you guys. We're not a large audience, but I value everybody who has subscribed and liked my channel. All right, let's get on to it. Y'all see the title of the video, man. You can't save everybody, man. You can't save everybody. You just can't, man. Not only with the food stamps, I'm not going to talk about that no more. I'm going to just talk about in general. Put that up. If you see, you got a lot of people just want to stir up trouble coming into the holiday weekend, especially in the inner cities. You know what I'm saying? You seeing these people starting to riot, in some of these retail stores. And, and looking at some of this stuff, man, these people weren't even taking food. These people was taking TVs. These people was taking like blenders. They was taking mattresses. They was taking electronics. You know what I'm saying? They was taking a lot of things that didn't have nothing to do with food. You know what I'm saying? And we got to hold each other accountable as a community for this type of stuff. Because when these big chain stores start closing up in our communities, we're going to say, oh, man, it's racist. They don't want to deal with us. They don't want to do this. They don't want to shop in our, they don't want to do this. But we don't understand, man, like, I've been a manager in major retail a long time. Like a long time. Like, I'm 40. I've been doing this since I've been 18. And, these major corporations, or these large chain supermarkets, yeah, they make money. They make money. But you got to remember, when you stealing from them, you really stealing from your community. Because guess what? After you riot, them people gonna have to still go to work. And most of those people live in your community. So you really stealing from your own community. Bet you didn't think about that, did you? So while you at home looking at your TV that you just stole, or your speakers or something like that, or whatever it is, when that major department store closed down in your community, it's gonna hurt you more than you watching that TV. And it's unfortunate because I think it'd be hard for me to ever really take a Democrat serious again, because I'm not saying that Republicans won't be in there looting or rioting, but I'm pretty sure all them people that was in there looting and rioting was trying to vote for Kamala Harris, in all these places. You know what I'm saying? Not saying all of them, but, What I am going to tell you guys is I would stay away from these type of zones. I always been different. You know, usually when somebody fighting or something, you're going to get a lot of people running towards that. Or if you see people like looting or stuff, people run, they try to gravitate towards that. I'm going to tell you what to do. You need to run the opposite way. You know, you need to run the opposite way. You need to get out of Dodge. You know. And most of the time, if I'm not at work, 99% of the time I'm armed. You know, so I'm not about to put myself in a position to be harmed or harm being done to me where I got to defend my life. And then I might have to use deadly force. To me, it's not worth it. A TV or something out of a retail store is not worth me, you know, getting hurt or putting myself in a bad situation, you know. We think the food stamps is the problem. The food stamps is not the problem. The food stamps is the underlying problem, because what we really lack is family structure and support, organization, money management skills, prioritizing what's important. You know, that's what we really lacking. You know, we lacking a plan of action. We lacking financial structure. You know, that's what we really lacking. You know, so many people are losing their jobs right now. You know, if you have a job, if you have a job, you need to make sure you keep your job. Right now. And that's if you're a CEO. That's if you work at McDonald's, you work at Tim Hortons, if you work at a little local supermarket, if you're an engineer, if you're in a factory, if you're a server, if you're a waitress host. Every dollar counts right now. Every dollar counts right now. Every dollar counts right now. So you need to be paying attention and prioritizing your time and making sure that if you could pay your bills up, you need to be paying all your bills up and stay out of debt right now. Trying to get to 2026. Don't make no new bills. And you need to be trying to work as much as possible. I've seen another YouTuber telling the same thing. You need to be making and stacking as much money as possible. Trying to get to 2026. Because no job is safe right now. No job is safe right now. Amazon laying off, Target laying off, all these major chains is laying off. I'm over here in Detroit. GM just said they about to release like 1,500 jobs in Detroit. They got another 1,500 in Ohio. This is huge, man. These corporations, what I'm saying, they want to make profit too. You know what I'm saying? So, all these young people, you want to go out to the club, you want to go hang out. This is not the time to go be buying jewelry and all this other stuff. And, right now is the time you need to be assessing your finances and making sure that you financially stable. You know what I'm saying? That's what you really need to be doing. So this Untouchable City Prepper saying I love you with the strength of Christ. I hope you got something out of this video. Y'all stay focused.